Welcome to the home of the 2002 Winter Olympics, Salt Lake City, Utah. As the Salt Lake City Rustlers take on the Memphis River Runners here in SFLm. Good evening, everyone. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Colin Northrup. Joining me is Vancouver Legion wide receiver Brett Killian. How you doing, Brett?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you doing tonight?
I am fantastic. These are two teams that, as we get to this point in the season, are looking to improve their playoff positioning, and both still have the undefeated Albuquerque Adams left to play.
Which leaves it in a situation where this week is a must-win. Salt Lake is definitely wanting to win this game before they head into the bye week, and letting the week afterwards flow through to see what happens afterwards. A loss, and it means they're potentially out of a playoff spot. Or as for Memphis, it's another drive to try to get to that playoff spot. 2 more weeks to go after this.
Salt Lake will kick off to Memphis to start the ball game. We're just about ready to get things started between the Rustlers and the River Runners. And we're underway. Ball fielded at about the 10 coming across with a spin move, and it'll get knocked down at about the 28-yard line. And the River Runners will start on offense led by quarterback O.J. Bruin.
O.J. Bruin had a decent game coming out in his last affair with Ottawa there. 37 for 49 for 300 yards, 1 touchdown and 1 interception. Looking to follow up here this week.
Has 8 touchdown passes in on the year. G.P. Wells is the halfback, and this will be a throw out of the backfield to Wells, and Wells will charge ahead for a 7-yard pickup. Set up a 2nd and 3. In addition to Wells and Bruin for the River Runners, they also have wide receivers Israel Adams and Mike Churchill. Tight end is Caesar Ackerman, and Aiden Bleeker is the offensive guard number 66. We'll get to the Salt Lake starters on defense after this play. Here's to get to Wells, and Wells will pick up 2 yards, tackled in the hole made by John Martin. That's up a 3rd and 1. Martin is the inside linebacker. Marcus Sledge is the defensive end. Boogie Barr and Week 5 signee Zeus Howard are the outside linebackers. Gerard Brody is the cornerback. Isaiah King III is the free safety. Strong safeties are Kenny Slider and Frankie Kushner. As here's to get to Wells again. He picks up the first down with ease as he gets up over to the 45-yard line for a first down. Good running by Wells.
And it's a good thing to see early in this game so far for Memphis. G.P. Wells only had 7 carries in his last game against Ottawa. Memphis more so focused on the passing game. It's good to see G.P. Wells more involved. Let's see if this continues throughout the game.
Memphis will line up in the shotgun with 4 wide. Bunch to the top. Bruin changes the play at the line of scrimmage. He's back to throw. The left-handed passer fires this one complete out to Churchill, and Churchill's first reception goes for 7 yards before he's knocked out of bounds.
And a lot of what we're seeing in the last game as well. Mike Churchill had a lot of short catches. He had 10 receptions for 57 yards. Another decent out route there. Sets up a 2nd to short and medium for that.
Here's the 3-man backfield for Memphis. Bruin, using the long count at the line of scrimmage, turns, gives to Wells. Spins to the home, picks up about 4 yards for the first down. And they're going to Wells early after limited carries last week versus Ottawa, Brett.
Absolutely. It's already his 4th carry of the game, and he's already near to the point where he had all of last game. It's good to have those 2nd down and short yardages as well. It gives you a wide open playbook. This time he had a wide open run down the middle.
2 receivers to the bottom. Bruin again changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Halfback offset to the left, and this will be it. Outcut, and it's dropped by Churchill. He was wide open, Brett, and he just couldn't hang on to the ball.
That's a case of eating your popcorn early. I don't know if that's Churchill's pregame warm up or anything like that to eat popcorn or Butterfingers, but I think he needs to stop with that and get to like putting glue in his gloves. Wait, that's illegal.
2nd and 10 for Memphis. Here's to get to Wells, and Wells will pick up 3 yards, set up 3rd and 7. Memphis coming in has the 3rd best rushing offense at 114.4 yards per game. 3rd best passing offense at 266. Number 4 in scoring, 123 total points scored. For Salt Lake, they're number 2 in scoring defense. Number 2 in passing defense at just over 200 yards per game. And 4th in rush defense with 94.7 yards allowed. Here's the throw. Bruin. It's knocked away beautifully on the play intended for the tight end. For one of the tight ends out there is Slider knocked that down.
Yeah, and it was an excellent, almost of a jumping pass deflection there, because the wide receiver had a ton of room ahead of him, and he could have gotten more after the catch with that space on the sidelines as well. Just great awareness to set up a 4th down situation here.
This will be a punting situation as the ball is on the Rustler 40-yard line. 4th and 7. And the punt will be away. This should pen the Rustlers deep in their own territory, but the ball rolls to the end zone for a touchback.
I think the special teams had a little bit of enough time to maybe run through it and possibly try to not get it in the end zone. But unfortunately, now Salt Lake City is going to start at the 20-yard line, where Tommy Utah, dangerous as he can be, has a lot of field space to work.
Utah is the quarterback. We'll go through the rest of the starting lineups after this play. 2 tight ends, split backs for the Rustlers. Here's the good to Brooke Beisel, and she stopped at the line of scrimmage for no gain immediately. She's the tailback, number 21. Terrell Sutherland is the fullback, number 33. Wide receivers, 2 good ones, Ace Sharp and Kelsey Brown. The tight end is Ron Hammer. He's got the size at 6'4", 260, but only 8 grabs on the whole year. As Utah is back to throw, and his first pass is complete. This is to Sharp. This will pick up 3 yards, set up 3rd and 7. As far as Memphis on defense, Isaac Forrester is the defensive tackle. Lining up next to him is Morgan Mills. Linebackers are Miles Gibson, Zed Markoff. Cornerbacks are Laquan Smith and Roy Vance. And the free safeties are Amari Rodney and Danny Siakuladeris. Are the safeties. This pass is complete to the 34 for the 1st down, and that is hauled in by Brown, one of the SFLm's top wide receivers.
And Kelsey Brown had an outstanding game last week. 16 receptions for 186 yards, which gave herself some breathing room from number 2 in the receiving spot, now number 1 in the league.
Here's Utah. Fires it out. Complete to Brown again. This pick up a 4. What are some things you're going to be looking for out of this Salt Lake offense, Brett?
I think this week I would love to see a lot more of a balanced approach. We know that Tommy Utah, Ace Sharp, and Kelsey Brown are a deadly trio of passing, but I would like to see more involvement with Brooke Beisel. She only had 21 carries for 70 yards. I'd like to see her go and see if she can get more carries for big yards.
She gets her 2nd carry here, and this will be only a pickup of about 1. Markoff in on the tackle. Sets up a 3rd and 4. Memphis is 3rd in scoring defense. They're 4th in pass defense and 7th in rushing defense. Utah, or Salt Lake, is 3rd in scoring, 4th in passing, as this throw is almost intercepted. On the play, incomplete, and the Rustlers will have to punt.
Looked like Miles Gibson there with a possible interception on that one. Just great awareness for that close-in post route that happened down the middle to even just get a deflection of that pass. Sets up a great fourth down.
James Troll has to like that. He's the defensive coordinator, of course. He just joined the staff of Lone Star Glory in the SFL after spending a bulk of his time with Queen City. As the return for Memphis goes up to the 25, it'll be 1st and 10 for OJ Bruin.
And a lot of credit for the defense on that last drive for Memphis to basically get a 3 and out on this one, barring that first down pass to Kelsey Brown earlier on to basically limit the offense early in this game.
Press man situation, 3 wide for Memphis. Play action, and down goes Bruin, sacked on the play by big number 95. For Salt Lake, that is Fred Carson, just coming in plowing the quarterback.
Yeah, and that was a big rush, basically off the jump there, which the guard wasn't ready for. Got right by him, and play actions, it's sometimes hit or miss. This time was a little bit of a miss, and OJ Bruin has to go back 7 yards.
Trips to the top as they go empty for the second and very long situation. They try to go for the bundle, almost got it, but it's dropped. Incomplete pass intended for Adams, although the defender was right on top of him. 3rd and 7.
You know what? I don't mind that pass, actually. It was a little bit on the riskier side, but when you have 2 straight drives from both teams basically ending in punts, you want to get in a situation for long passes, and this was one of them.
Bruin, 3rd and 17. Who will he target here? Runs another play action. He's going to float this one down the field. It's intercepted. Intercepted on the play by the cornerback out there, number 26, Tony Williams. As again he goes for Adams. But Memphis was out of luck that time.
Yeah, you can't rely on one receiver the whole time, especially in one drive. The second straight basically right side pass to Israel Adams, and this time the defense was more than ready for it, and it was an easy interception.
See what Tommy Utah and company do for Salt Lake. This will be a pass. Utah to the sideline to Brown, and she's out of bounds after pick up of 6. Nice improvisation there by Utah.
Yeah, absolutely. Great moving around the pocket by Tommy Utah to get just a little bit evasiveness away from the defender swarming in on him and getting a pass through. And Kelsey Brown with a great catch.
Salt Lake will go 3 men in the backfield. Beisel dots the formation. She gets the ball here. Has to cut through traffic. Breaks the tackle.
Excellent.
There she goes down to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown. Brooke Beisel scores for Salt Lake. And the Rustlers are on the board.
And that was great spacing by the offensive line to give her enough gap space to go through. And once she got past that first down, it was all Beisel from the way to the end zone there, just plowing way through, running, just trying to get ahead of the defenders. And there's a touchdown and 6 points for Salt Lake City.
For Beisel, that is only her second rushing touchdown of the year. She had 316 yards coming in, and that'll help the average out big time. And kicking is Sonny J. He signed just this week. This is his first career extra point attempt, and he splits the sticks. So with 4:50 to go in the first quarter, 7-0 Salt Lake in front of Memphis.
I think any kicker's first kick in an actual game, they will prefer it to be an extra point rather than a field goal. So this will shake off the rust for Sonny J early on in this game.
Jay set to kick this one deep. And we saw him in warm-ups. A pretty deep kick from the new signee. This ball's returned to the 28-yard line, and if you're OJ Bruin, Brett, you gotta have a short memory. You threw a pick and you don't want it to snowball on your team.
Absolutely, and when you want to think about play calling as well, let's try to mix it up a little bit on there. Like I said on their drive, it was 2 straight deep passes to Adams. Let's see if they can go another way.
Going with it. 2 receivers to the bottom. Adams in the slot. This will be a dump off to Wells, and Wells gets going upfield in a hurry, picks up 9.
I was very just heavily reliant on Wells and using his speed to try to get ahead, and that's exactly what happened. 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, he just basically went on a straight line and got 9 yards for them, setting up a second and whatever you want to do.
It's a 2nd and 1. Ball is marked on 37. They come out in the I formation. With the tight end flex out as a third option, Bruin changing the play at the line of scrimmage. Makes the appropriate adjustments. Here's to give to Wells. Wells easily picks up the first down, but oh boy, did he get tattooed or what by Isaiah King III, but he picked up the first down.
It's a flying shoulder tackle off the second rope there, it looked like. And even though GP Wells got the first down, he's got to be feeling it after that hit.
Is offset to the left side as Bruin once again will change the play. This time Churchill in the slot. With Adams, the outside receiver. They go over the middle to Adams, and he picks up 5. 2nd and 5.
Nice little in route there down the middle of the field, getting some medium gainage on that one there. Like I said, you can't go deep all the time with Adams, and it's good to see that they're kind of mixing it in this for this drive especially.
Brooke Kimbrell is the offensive coordinator for the River Runners. He's called a nice mix of plays this drive. Here's another good one. This will pick up 4 yards, set up 3rd and 1 as they cross into Rustler territory at the 48.
No, not a bad run from GP Wells there. In a 3rd and 1 situation, again, you can open up the playbook on this one. You could do a run, you could do a play action, you can just do a straight pass with that. It's really all up in the air for that one.
Coverage from the Rustlers. Blitz being shown. They go back to Wells again. He picks up the first down and plenty more to the 42. Nice tackle made by the defender there for the Rustlers, but not enough to stop Wells from getting the first down.
And you have to think that Salt Lake's defense really wants to start shoring up that rushing defense. They allowed 222 yards on Jimmy Hazard last week, and they kind of don't want to have GP Wells do the same thing.
Coordinator Chad Nevels has his work cut out. Here's to get to Wells again. Makes the juke in the hole.
He's
Makes
gone.
everybody miss, and he scores. Touchdown, GP Wells.
And a little bit of a shimmy shake to get to the end zone there, and that's basically, I would say, just a miscommunication of defense there from the Salt Lake City defensive core there, because once GP Bruin got free, he was gone. It looked like just yards upon miles upon continents of space for Wells to get on that end zone. And for GP Wells, that's an excellent response for Brooke Beisel's touchdown there. We might be having ourselves a running back war in this game.
Boy, get your popcorn ready, people. You know, Wells was hurt early in the game last week versus Ottawa. Nice to see him contribute here as the extra point by Nate Collier. Is up and through, so with 2:08 left in the first quarter, we're all tied at 7.
We're seeing 2 mirroring teams so far. First drives for both teams ended in punts, and then second drives for both teams ended in rushing touchdowns. Will we see a little bit of separation between the two? as we go on in this game. We don't know.
It'll be interesting indeed. As the return goes up to the 29 by Hickman. And Utah's back up, 1st and 10. Tommy Utah, 2nd season with this team. Looking to be one of the quarterbacks drafted on the minors to go to the majors, and that pass is knocked away once again. Miles Gibson with his 2nd deflection of the game.
And that was a jumping pass deflection on that one, using his 38 to 46 inch vertical. I can't see from all the way up here, but that was a big jump coming out from the big man himself. Just an excellent pass deflection, and now it's a 2nd and 10.
We got a halftime score from Ottawa Albuquerque. The Adams are in front 21-7. Douglas Brown, 163 rushing yards in the first half. So it looks like the Adams are taking care of business early. This pass by Utah is thrown out to Sutherland. And it'll be a pickup of 6, step of 3rd and 4.
And Terrell Sutherland's more the quiet guy out on the field there. He only had 2 receptions for 8 yards last game. But there could be a possible game, maybe in this one here, where he kind of breaks out. It gets a big game of his own here. You always got to watch out for him.
He has 1 rushing touchdown, just 61 yards. As Utah fires it again, complete. This to Ace Sharp, who gets knocked out of bounds at the 46, but not before a Rustler first down is achieved.
A nice out route there that even gave him a little bit of time to move a little bit further down the field before the catch got made to cross the first down line there. And now they have a first down, and they're almost at midfield, setting up a great situation for Tommy Utah.
Only 3 carries so far for Brooke Beisel, 37 yards and a touchdown. Let's see if they continue to go to her. No, this will be a Utah pass down the field, wide open. Kelsey Brown down to the 26 as Utah just hurled that one down the field.
And we see this a lot so far this season. Tommy Utah throwing a deep pass to Kelsey Brown, who had a post route, I should say, right to the middle of the field. 2 defenders draping behind her, but there was still enough space to get that catch made. And they're way down the field now in field goal range, giving them a lot of pressure off them in this drive.
We're approaching the final 44 seconds or so to go in this quarter as Tommy Utah fires another strike down the field at Kelsey Brown. She's out of bounds at the 13. It'll be first down. Salt Lake.
Another deep pass to Kelsey Brown there. That was a mix of great awareness from the quarterback and great spacing from the wide receiver to set up a great catch on the sidelines, getting out of bounds as well to stop the clock, even though it's the first quarter.
Clock is running again. We're now under 30 seconds. Utah back to throw for another pass. This time it'll flare it out to Beisel. Beisel has all kinds of room. He only picks up 8 yards before being knocked down by Roy Vance.
And with the 2 deep passes there, I think the defense for Memphis was just waiting for another deep pass to the end zone, but this time it was a short pass to Beisel and got enough time out there to get an 8-yard catch.
We're tied at 7 after 1, but Salt Lake threatening to score again. You're watching the SFL Minor League on YouTube. Welcome back to Salt Lake City, Utah, where the hometown Rustlers are looking to score. 2nd and 2. Beisel gets stopped in the backfield for a loss of 2. Zen Markov helps record the TFL combo tackle.
It was Markov, and I want to say that was Miles Gibson again, who's already been all over the place in this first half here. Beisel trying to get inside, but there was no space. She tried to go outside, and it just didn't work out.
3rd and 5. They go back to Beisel again, and she won't get the first down. It'll be stopped a yard short at the 3. Miles Gibson again, part of the gang to bring Beisel down. And it looks like Sonny J will have a short field goal attempt coming up. Oh, no, the offense is staying on the field for the moment. Let's see if it turns into a staring contest. Backup is in for Beisel. Play clock under 10. And the River Runners aren't budging. Timeout call.
Got to be the most exciting ice staring contest that anyone's ever seen, especially for a football game. That was fun to watch. I kind of stayed quiet just to see what would happen there. It was a little bit of fun.
Kind of on edge too myself, but it looks like Coach Russ Napoli's not too happy with his quarterback there. No matter. Sonny J on for a short field goal attempt, about the length of an extra point, but this is going to be his first career kick. This is from the left hash. Under the hold of Michael Milton. Snap, spot, kick, and Jay's 20-yard field goal is up and good. So with 9:46 to go in the first half, the Rustlers take a 10-7 lead over the River Runners.
And not a bad red zone stop by the River Runners to limit 3 points. If you take away that one pass to Kelsey Brown, which I feel like I'm repeating myself with, but that's just Kelsey Brown there. But an excellent stop by the River Runners defense.
This kickoff by Jay, fielded at about the 10, up the middle, and he gets rocked at exactly the 28. Harris on the return there. It'll be 1st and 10 for Memphis. Let's see what the River Runners do in response. Down by 3 now. There's Brody, the cornerback. He's the only cornerback on the roster. Adams is in the slot again. They go his way, and he picks up 5. So they're going after the other corner, which Bruin threw the interception to. Picks up 5 there.
And another inside route going down to the middle of the field, essentially, for Israel Adams. And like you said, trying to get away from that corner there that had the interception to just mix it up.
Here's Bruin, fires it out to Wells, and Wells has to break a tackle. Picks one, but can't break the second. That's up a 3rd and 1 on the 37.
And a nice shed by Wells there to not get stopped basically at the line of scrimmage and just to keep going. Gives them a great 3rd and 1 situation here. Hopefully, we'll see what happens.
Here is Bruin. Throws it out to Wells. And that's not going to work. He stopped at the line of scrimmage. Great idea, but Wells just couldn't get going upfield fast enough.
And Salt Lake's defense were essentially ready for that one there. Once the screen pass happened, there was 2 defenders basically already at him when he was ready to run. So that was excellent stop by the Salt Lake defense after scoring.
Here's the punt away. This will be returned to the 29-yard line. By the returner, Grant Hickman. Three wide receivers for Salt Lake, split backs, Beisel and Sunderland. Utah's back to throw, fires it out to Sutherland, who makes the spinning grab behind his back and picks up 7 yards on the reception.
A good job again with that awareness from Tommy Utah to, check his receivers, see if they're open. If not, he's checking it down to, it was Terrell Sutherland on this one here, and gets a nice 7-yard gain, sets up a second and short situation now.
Kelsey Brown, 5 grabs on 6 targets for 63 yards here in the early going. 2nd and 3, another pass most likely coming. As Utah takes the snap, fires it out. He's got Beisel. Needed 3, got 2, sets up a 3rd and 1.
And it's another flat pass down behind the line of scrimmage. This time it was to Beisel. She managed to shut off 1, but couldn't get off 2, which sets up a 3rd and 1.
3 men in the backfield, including an extra tight end back there. And Sutherland got the carry on the sweep, but Memphis read it like a book and blew it up in the backfield. Miles Gibson with a huge stop. That's up a 4th down.
Absolutely swarming from the blitz on Memphis there, and with Miles Gibson getting to the running back first, which was Sutherland. And now Salt Lake has to punt.
So these 2 possessions mirroring each other. Let's see if Memphis can get on the board as Harris returns it up the middle of 38. What do you got to see more from them, Brett, in terms of their offense? Memphis.
It's tough to say because Memphis has done a very good job balancing both the run and pass there. I would probably think of maybe doing a little bit more of the unpredictable. We've seen the middle routes, we've seen the long routes, maybe more dump passes.
This will start off with a Wells run out of the 3-back set, and it picks up a 1st down to the 48.
And you know what you can do instead? Just give the GP Wells and say, yeah, run. And that's essentially what happened there is GP Wells got on the outside track there, got great blocking by his offensive line, got him a 1st down, and they're close to midfield on just 1 play.
Right behind that offensive lineman, Aiden Bleeker, 6'6", 316 pounds, and block out the sun. Here's a dump off to Wells, but it's perfectly defended by the cornerback that time, Tony Williams. Playing for peanuts, makes the tackle, 2nd and 10.
Do you think Salt Lake's defense has my microphone in their ears? Because they just read a dump pass when I was saying maybe go for a dump pass.
Well, I don't know, perhaps. Sometimes that happens to me. It's the throw goes out to Churchill, but he didn't stay in bounds. Incomplete, 3rd and 10.
I would argue about that one, and I wouldn't be surprised if a challenge flag goes down on this one. He looked in bounds, to be honest with you. But nonetheless, it looks like no challenge flag on that one there. Now it's a 3rd and 10.
Coach Rain Rowe opting not to throw the challenge. Memphis will go 4 wide. They'll go to Churchill again. He gets 7, but he needed 10. He's not able to quite turn the corner.
And that was basically just the same exact play happening, but this time with a little bit more space for Churchill to catch. I don't know if that was possibly the right play to make. He was hoping for maybe more yards after the catch, but unfortunately only 7 out of the 10 yards needed, which sets up a punting situation for Memphis, which is what they don't want.
Oh, the Salt Lake defense holds serve. Punts away from the River Runners. And Turner will let this go. And, that almost cost him. But Keener's punt will go just barely in the end zone for a touchback. Ball comes out to the 20.
You have to believe that was inches away from basically stopping right at the goal line there, and it would have been a full 100 yards to work with. But instead, they only have 80, which gives Tommy Utah a little bit of a sigh of relief.
So the numbers there for Beisel. Just 5 carries for her so far, but she has caught a few passes out of the backfield. Sutherland gets his second carry, and look at him carrying defenders 2 yards past the line of scrimmage for a first.
So instead of the first carry where he was basically met in the backfield, this time Terrell Sutherland says, "Get off me, I'm running to the first down line." And that's exactly what happened there. Great run from Sutherland.
Ball goes out to the 30 as we cross the 5-minute mark to go in the first half. Salt Lake up by 3, 10-7. Utah out to the tight end. That is Uran Hammer. No,
Grant
that
Hickman on that one.
That is Hickman, the other wide receiver, as Rahi had to knock him out of bounds.
Nice little out route there, and had plenty of space to keep running past the first down. And like you said, Amari Rari just had to basically stop him from getting any more yardage and any closer to midfield.
Here is a first down play from the 44. Utah, quick out. That is sharp. He gets 6. Let's give a couple of chat outs. We haven't done that so yet. Mr. Church, Sonny J, Huberstro Kimbrell, Isaac Forrester, Boogie Barr, Kenny Slider, Master Chief DB, among many others in the chat. Thanks for taking part of your evening and spending it with us, as this run by Beisel is enough for the first as she carries linebacker past the sticks.
And Beisel got a little bit stuck there initially on that line, but still managed to get past through it. And it looked like she was going to even go for more, but she got tripped up and just planted herself right at the 45.
Salt Lake only 7th in rushing offense per game, coming in 66 per game. Utah throws. This is going to be an interception, and the River Runners get it back to their offense.
Absolutely. A great interception from Laquan Smith on that. Basically reading the play, and when you have a dangerous receiver like Kelsey Brown, you almost want to double coverage her, which is essentially what happened there. Had a corner and a safety on her as the ball was flying towards Kelsey. And what ended up happening is that Laquan Smith had an easy catch for an interception.
Here is GP Wells donning the I formation as the 2 receivers line up to the top. Adams in the slot. Go the other way with Wells, and Wells only able to get 2 as they tried to follow both the fullback and the pulling guard. 2nd and 8.
Yeah, it was just a little bit of a mini breakdown there, which only ended up being a 2-yard carry. If that fullback and guard ended up still covering, or even trying to cover 2 at the same time, maybe more yardage for Wells, but only 2.
4-3 defense from Salt Lake as the throw over the middle, complete to the other tight end for Memphis, number 47. That is Caesar Ackerman, his first catch. Sets up a 3rd and 1. What a time for his first catch. 3 in the backfield for the River Runners. Here's a get to Wells, and GP Wells has all kinds of room. He's up over the 40. He's to the 30 and knocked out of bounds at the 27 by King. What a run.
Absolutely, and it was basically just, again, another free run for GP Wells. On a 3rd and 1 situation, all the offensive players were basically on block mode, and that gave GP Wells a ton of space, and he just kept running, and now he's close to 130 yards in this half alone.
Ackerman had the 1 catch on this drive, his first of the day. Let's see if they go to him again. There'll be shotgun run for Wells, who picks up 5 after some fancy footwork in the hole. My goodness.
GP Wells, he could also be a little bit of a wide receiver with those feet as kind of a separation man in a basketball game. But a great run from him, getting 5 yards, and now to the 2-minute warning.
2 minutes. River Runners down 10-7. They had the ball in Rustler territory. You're watching the SFLm on YouTube. Second and 5. Back to throw as well. Fires it out. This is Ackerman again. His second catch on the drive gets him down to the 12. First down. Nice grab there by him.
Now that's what we're used to by Caesar Ackerman, is getting those just first down passes right away, just to get basically to get them out of the way for Memphis.
We got a scoring update from the other game going on. I'll get to it after this play as Wells. 5'8", 5'9", 205-pound back, sprints for 5. Adams up 35-7. Douglas Brown 240 yards rushing, 5 touchdowns, with still a quarter left to play. Brett, just insane numbers by Brown. As the throw to the end zone, knocked down by Custer. The strong safety, incomplete.
It was a good idea by O.J. Bruin to throw that pass there. Probably need to arc it a little bit more on that, a little bit less of a laser pass, especially once you get more of a shorter yardage situation and you're inside the red zone. You might want to arc it if you want to get to that back of the end zone for next time, but not the overall.
The receivers to the bottom. Bruin at the throw. End zone, touchdown! Adams with the reception. And the River Runners move in front.
Yeah, that was more of separation created by Israel Adams on that out route to essentially the sideline, and he had to rely on his feet to stay in bounds. Both a great pass and a great catch. It ends up being 6 more points for the River Runners.
His second receiving touchdown on the year. And for O.J. Bruin, that is his 9th passing touchdown. Extra point is good, so at 57 seconds left to go until halftime, it's 14-10, Memphis in front.
It's good to see a small back and forth contest here. After that Salt Lake field goal, we had a good couple stops by both defenses, and now Memphis starting to break free a little bit and then taking the lead here.
This kick, we fielded around the 10-yard line by Hickman. He has all kinds of room, gets up to the 35. He had a big opening there. Sets his team up in good field position with 52 seconds left, 2 timeouts for the Rustlers.
Yeah, with less than a minute left in the half, you want to trust on your kick receiver there to try to get you as little yardage to work with as possible. And now Tommy Utah only has to worry about 65 yards in 52 seconds. It's definitely manageable.
They go trips to the top, empty shotgun. There's going to be a slant play over the middle, caught. And that is Uron Hammer, the tight end, only his 19th grab all year. What a time to haul that in. As they run hurry up again, Utah to the sideline. Ace Sharp and a great catch. Now he turns upfield before getting knocked out of bounds at the 27. Whoa, and 2 plays are well into River Runner territory.
That's basically flipping the field in 2 plays there. The first catch to Yaron Hammer, a nice first down the middle. And this time it was just a pinpoint pass from Tommy Utah, which we've seen a couple times in this season so far. And Sharp had enough space to keep running down the field. And they're close to the red zone in basically 20 seconds.
Roy Vance, the corner, was right on top of the receiver, but better ball by Utah that time. Here's Utah, back to throw, fires it out. It's complete to Sharp again. And Sharp is knocked out of bounds at the 16 as the clock stops at 29 seconds left.
This was a nice out route after 2 deep passes down the field to kind of give the receiver enough space to keep running after the catch, which is exactly what happened. And now it's a first down inside the red zone. Plenty of time to work with. 29 seconds, you could have a lot of plays.
Forster in the chat says keep them to a field goal, and I would tend to agree. He's going down 21-10 would be bad as that pass is knocked away. Zarkov knocked it down, and Smith leveled out Hammer that time. 2nd and 10.
Nice coverage. This was Tommy Utah going for pay dirt on that one. They're basically a pass right to the corner of the end zone on that one. And 2 defenders, especially Zed Markov with the deflection there. Great stop.
Here is Utah. Fires, slant over the middle. Sharp down to the goal line. They said he didn't score. They called time with 19 seconds left.
A nice bit of patience from Tommy Utah on that one to have A Sharp get open, get the catch, and basically get to the SFLm chin hair line on that one. Wow, so close to the end zone.
Risk it here by running the ball. Nope, it looks like they will line up in the gun and try to throw this one over. This will be Tommy Utah, A Sharp touchdown. What a beautiful display of passing.
And A Sharp had the 2 touchdowns of receiving in the last game, and he's got 1 here. He's got a little bit of a touchdown streak going on. A very nice quick out to the sideline. Tommy Utah was essentially ready for him to be open, and once he had enough space, just tossed it. And A Sharp with another touchdown. That's going to be his 4th of the season to get Salt Lake ahead before the end of the half.
We'll put them up by 3. Right now they're up by 2. With 15 seconds, the Rustlers now in front of the River Runners. 17-14. And we've had a bit of a scoring explosion here late in the first half here, Brett. Been fun to watch.
Absolutely. Whenever it comes to 2 to 3 to 4 minute drills, it becomes more exciting. And with both the end of the drives ending in pay dirt, it just makes it a fun thing to watch up here.
The kickoff. Harris has room, and he will get knocked down at the 31. 10 seconds left. Full complement of timeouts left for Memphis.
Ten seconds, all 3 timeouts. I would say OJ Bruin has maybe 2 deep plays to work with here. Let's see what ends up happening if they can maybe get some pointage very, very late in the second quarter.
Played the line is Bruin. 7-step drop. He goes to the sideline. Nice catch. Only pick up 3 yards. 6 seconds left. Churchill's 3rd reception on 5 targets. He had the 1 drop early.
Now with the short pass, it's up to Memphis to decide if they kind of want to go with a pay dirt option pass, maybe go with a Hail Mary, or if they just want to run the clock down, get to the locker room, and talk about how they can fix the defense in the second half.
Looks like they've elected to give it off to Wells, and they will. He loses a yard. Memphis calls timeout with 3 seconds left. Kind of confusing there, Brett.
Very, yeah. We were just talking about one of 2 options there, and they decided to go with option C, and that was to run the football and then still call a timeout afterwards. Maybe they're deciding that this might be the chance for a Hail Mary. We're not sure. Does OJ Bruin have the arm?
We've certainly seen him push the ball down the field. And let's see what they drop here. They go 3 wide receivers. This will be 3rd and 8 from their own 33. And they'll give off to Wells again. Wells has first down to the 41, but time expires. Memphis will be down by 3. At the half, 17-14. Salt Lake out in front.
The thing is, being down 3 points at the half isn't necessarily a bad thing even, because that still leaves a lot of your playbook to work with here. As we go into the first half stats here, it was pretty much even down the field, with Memphis more so focusing on the rush game, whereas Salt Lake was more focused on the pass game on that front. But like I said, the last 4 to 5 minutes of the second half was very entertaining to watch because both teams were going down the field. We've seen a mix of great offense and great defense to start this game, both interceptions from both sides there. It's going to be a very fun second half, safe to say.
Utah 178 yards passing OJ Bruin, only 61 and a 1 touchdown, but he has thrown a couple picks. GP Wells 146 rushing yards and a one pretty touchdown right there. I don't know how he pulled that off. Nobody hit him. Adams, leading receiver for the River Runners. He's sharp, leading the Rustlers in yards with 74. And basically 1 yard touchdown pass. Kelsey Brown, great as usual. They were able to get the turnover off of Utah. His 7th interception on the year, and GP Wells was the second of his big runs there. And this play right here, it's got to be the play to half so far. He's sharp. Just runs the crisp pattern to the sideline. They were able to score a little later on. As we get started here for the second half of play, Brett, what are you looking for?
I'm looking forward to basically both teams' responses after a very offensive, explosive end to the second quarter to see if their defenses shore up a little bit more, or if we're going to see more of the same of the offense kind of just getting their points when they need to. But nonetheless, it's going to be a fun second half.
Salt Lake will receive the second half kick. And it is stopped at the 28. So Tommy Utah, 176 yards passing in the first half. We'll start this under center with 2 tight ends the same side, split backs. We'll give off to Brooke Beisel, and Beisel has room, picks up 5 before being knocked down at the 33.
It was just basically a big shoulder tackle from Danny Sekularitis there. Basically stopping Beisel on her tracks there. Says no more yardage from you. Only gets 5, I should say.
As 48 yards, 36 came on the long run. She had it earlier in the first half. She gets a pass out here from Utah. And they will spin ahead and pick up the first down at 39.
And again, it was great space. Memphis was looking maybe a little bit deeper down the field. And when you have 2 dangerous wide receivers like that, you kind of almost have to focus on that. And then Beisel gets an open pass, gets a first down.
And the extra tight end, Tony Perry, in the backfield, joining Sutherland in this 3-back set, along with Beisel. Beisel's tackled in the backfield for a loss by the other linebacker on the outside, number 55, Chase Amherst. Second and 13, loss of 3 on the previous play. Memphis linebackers shifting down, showing blitz from one side. Here's a play action by Utah. Deep down the field, he goes wide open. It's Kelsey Brown. Kelsey Brown has only one defender to beat, and she will touchdown Salt Lake.
And basically, that was Tommy Utah just giving Kelsey Brown the ball and telling her run to the end zone. And that's exactly what happened there. Down the field, middle of the field, Kelsey Brown gets the catch. And she is off to the races and gets by the one tackler who tried to dive in there to try to stop her right at the one. But Kelsey Brown finds a way, gets 6, and there's a little bit more separation from Salt Lake now. With a 9-point lead, pending the extra point, it could be 10.
So Salt Lake takes the first possession of the second half and goes right down the field to score. That's 64 yards. And Utah showing why he'll be in high demand come SFL draft time. The extra point by Sonny J is up and good. 9:16 left. 10-point lead for Salt Lake. 24-14. Kickoff by Jay. It's going to be returned by Kent Harris. And Harris up to the 28. Jason France, River Runners alumnus, says, uh-oh, I walked away for 15 minutes, ... Well, Jason, I'm sorry to say a lot has happened in the last 15 minutes. Unfortunately, most of it has been against your team. Here's the numbers for Wells. Will he get the carry here to start the drive, or will Bruin get another opportunity to put it up? No, it's a Wells carry up the middle. Gets 3 yards.
Nice little carry from GP Wells, but now that you're down 10, you have to start thinking maybe a little bit more deeper passes on second down, especially in a medium situation, a medium to a long situations on second down especially. Memphis now has to go on comeback mode for this one here if Salt Lake City continues to score the way they've been scoring for the last 7 or 8 minutes here.
We go 3 in the backfield. This will be a pass out to Wells, and Wells trying to make something happen, only picks up 2.
Not too bad. A little bit of a conservative drop down pass to Wells there, but only gets 2 yards. Third medium situation, it still sets up a good playbook, but you have to think they're going to start passing a little bit more often here. So we're going to see more OJ Bruin and see what he can do in the second half.
With a bunch formation, 4 wide in total. Bruin trying to do the quick out. Oh! I think they hosed the receiver Harris there. I thought he had enough for the first down, but the official says no.
That's, very, very, very close. That's basically a 50-50 catch all on his own there. Just very unfortunate to have that ball bobbled loose. And now Memphis has to punt the ball back to Salt Lake, which they've been on fire the last little while here, which you don't want to have.
I thought he had it, but the receiver was falling down backwards, and they must have marked the body part short of the line. As the fair catch is called at the Salt Lake 29. I was kind of surprised, Brett, I'll be honest with you, that we didn't see a challenge flag. It would have been a big momentum shift in a positive direction for Memphis had they been able to pick up the challenge, get the first down. Here's Bite. Tackle in the backfield, loss of 2. Seems like they're keying in on Beisel now, Brett. The River Runners.
Which is exactly what they want to do here, because Salt Lake City might be looking to shed more clock off now that they have a little bit of a comfortable lead, 10 points. I feel 10 points is the most dangerous lead of all of football because things can change in 2 plays. So Memphis is doing the right thing right now.
44 yards on 9 carries. Here's a get to Sunderland. Had to break out of a tackle in the backfield, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage as once again that run blitz called. The strong safety there to make the hit.
Got to give credit to Sutherland's strength on that one, shedding 2 tacklers just to get to the line of scrimmage. That was amazing.
Now they empty the backfield. And Utah over the middle. Brown will get the first down. Yes, it is Kelsey Brown. I thought that was A Sharp for a second.
That was very nice fighting to get the first down, because Kelsey Brown knew that if it happened to be a 3 and out on this situation for Salt Lake City, that basically stops all the momentum that they've been giving themselves over the last basically half quarter on this one here. And now the play, or the drive I should say, continues on for Salt Lake City.
Here's split backs 3 wide. They get the Beisel again. Nice move in the hole. Chizo passing to the 30, to the 20, to the 10. Touchdown. Salt Lake. Beisel gets in on the scoring fund.
What a spin move from Brooke Beisel there, getting away from the defender. And it was essentially clear skies, no amount of clouds in her way. She was just basically frolicking her way to the end zone. Look at the spin move. Whoa! Right there. Unbelievable agility from Brooke Beisel, and it was just right to the end zone. And now Salt Lake City continues on with that momentum and now have a 30-14 lead. More separation away from Memphis.
A strong safety there, Danny Zagaditis was spun out of his shoes that time. This snap was a little janky, but he was able to get it through. Was Sonny J. It's now 31-13. 6:08 left in the third.
Do you regret Memphis not using that challenge flag on that one pass, perhaps, on their last drive?
Ooh, that'll be talked about in circles for a while. The ball is brought out to the 29. Memphis first down. And they got to start leaning on the big lefty quarterback. O.J. Bruin, 6'6", 209 pounds. Second year in this River Runner system. Let's see if he can make some magic happen. 1st and 10. Here's the throw out to Wells, and Wells has stopped the line of scrimmage.
And you said it exactly what I was going to say there. They're going to have to start relying on the arm of O.J. Bruin. He did have 300 yards in the last game there. We know that he's capable of big yardage games. But for this week, is he capable of bringing this team back from a 17-point deficit? We'll see what happens now.
Good to see Guy Clausen in the chat. As Wells will pick up a yard on 2nd down with 3rd and 9.
And it's always good to have GP Wells involved, especially as well, considering that he's had a big first half alone. Just a short gain there from him. You never know what's going to happen with Wells. Could be a short gain or a long gain.
Here's Bruin, 6-step drop. Dumps this out to Wells. Wells almost got there. Needed 9, but got 8. No dice.
This time, this is another possible challenge you could throw on that one, but you also have to think about the knees. Did the knees go down first, or did the ball go down first? It's so tough to say on that one. Do you go for it? Do you go for the challenge? There's a lot of possibilities that could happen on this.
Oh, they elect for the punt.
The challenge flag staying in the pocket.
Frustration must be building on the Memphis sideline. A turn up to 29 by Hickman.
It's now been a pair of unfortunate third down plays for Memphis there. And can Salt Lake make him pay for the second time here after a long touchdown run from Kelsey Brown? We'll see how Tommy Utah does his stuff here.
Beisel scored her second rushing touchdown of the game. Third of the year. As Kelsey Brown once again makes a diving catch. He's now 8 receptions on 9 targets.
It's been fun to watch the receivers of the Salt Lake City Rustlers here, being a wide receiver myself, and seeing the possible future of the SFL wide receiving core coming into play. Kelsey Brown, an incredible catch down the middle as the ball looked like it was going to go drop on the ground there.
There's a lot of big name wide receivers that retire throughout the league, so Brown's probably high on a lot of people's draft boards who are looking for wide receivers. Talking about teams like Jacksonville, or SFL champion Denver Nightwings certainly are looking for wide receivers. Beisel catches that 2nd and 7 ball at the 50. That was a pickup of 3. Tommy Utah back to throw. Fires it out to Sharp. Sharp stepped out of bounds. This will be only a pickup of 3 additional yards, set up 3rd and 4.
And going back to the teams mentioned from before, I think one team specifically looking at every team right now is the Queen City Corsairs. They're definitely probably keeping an eye on both wide receivers from Salt Lake as well as Israel Adams on the Memphis side.
Yeah, indeed. The Corsairs, of course, going through major transformation, not only on the coaching staff, but on the player roster as well. Utah has to dump this off the Beisel. She got there. Oh, I thought she wasn't going to get there for a hot second, but she's able to push forward and use her frame. 6 foot, 210 pounds to get the first down.
This is a great way to inch your way to the first down. A good catch and a good run just to inch to the first down line.
Here is Utah. Fires deep. It's going to be intercepted. And that's a huge momentum spark for the River Runners as Laquan Smith grabs that out of the air.
An excellent read, especially with them looking at, again, deep passes to Kelsey Brown. They've mixed it up a little bit now and again, but once they have that deep pass, this time they were ready. And now Memphis, this might be the momentum starter that they need to get back in this game. We'll see what happens on this drive.
1st and 10 from the 20, 2:35 to go in the quarter. And here's to get to GP Wells. He's got room, but he only picks up 3 yards. And Brett, they're spreading it out a little bit more, which is good to see, but they're still reluctant to go all in on the quarterback, Bruin, throwing the ball.
And I think this was more so trying to get GP Wells more involved after he got hurt in the last game, which I don't mind. But they got to start throwing the ball more, I think.
They will pass it here. This pass is caught by Adams, who had the touchdown. He only gets a couple of yards. Set up a 3rd and 4. Let's see what they do here.
And 3rd and 4 is not too bad there. A nice little out route to get positive yardage on that one, which Memphis definitely wants. They definitely want a first down here, though.
Oh, indeed. It's critical if they want to have this momentum, but down goes Bruin. The pressure was just too much, and Fred Carson says, I have other ideas.
Now, Fred Carson with the sack, but I have to give credit on this play to Marcus Sledge. Basically the approach that he had on this play alone, basically giving the pressure to Bruin, and then with Carson getting the sack.
That's what star players do. Outmake players around them great. And Hickman is absolutely leveled at the Memphis 48-yard line. They'll dig over 1st and 10 from there.
That almost looked like a knee to the helmet there. That was a pretty high tackle, if I have to say so myself. But good job keeping the ball in his hands as he got down. And now Tommy Utah only 48 yards to work with.
1st and 10, clock stopped at 1:01 to go in the third. A big is Salt Lake 31-13, and Utah fires it out. Kelsey Brown first down to the Memphis 33.
And after a first half where both Ace Sharp and Kelsey Brown got a little bit of mixture, both got probably around the same amount of receptions here. Second half, we're seeing more of Kelsey Brown there. Tommy Utah with a little bit of patience, waiting for his receivers to get open. Kelsey Brown got open, and what ended up happening is a nice first down, and Memphis trotting down the field once again.
Here we go. Ball on the 33 for Salt Lake as Utah's under the center. Fired out to Sutherland. Has to go back a little bit to catch the ball, and he'll, unfortunately for him, he'll lose 2 yards on the play. Axel Raven does make a good point. If you're not enjoying this game, why not hit that like button? Indeed, sir. It helps support the league a great deal. And welcome into the chat, Arizona Scorpions owner Eddie Gage with his signature sign out. What up, though? Here's the play action to Bison, Utah, going deep down the field. Here, Ron Hammer. Only his 2nd catch of the day and his 1st receiving touchdown of the year. Oh, my goodness.
How about having your 10th reception of the season be a touchdown? Ron Hammer finally getting his way to pay dirt on this one here. Been waiting for 7 weeks to get that touchdown pass. Starting to get probably him starting to get a little bit anxious to see what happens. But now he's got that out of the way, and Salt Lake City now even getting more further apart, more than doubling the lead now.
What a beautiful pass. As we get the final score, Adam win 47-14. Douglas Brown finishes with 268 rushing yards. 22 away from the SFLm single game rushing record. Just incredible by Douglas Brown.
Unbelievable game. Unbelievable game.
Now it's 38-14. This play will most likely take up the rest of the quarter. No, it won't. There's still 4 seconds left. I must have been counting a little fast in my head, Brett.
Now OJ Bruin has 1 play to work with in this 3rd quarter and all of the 4th quarter to try to claw Memphis back into this. I would love to see the play calls being done on this Memphis drive.
We'll start off with a single back offset left. And 3 wide receivers. They give this off the Wells to run the rest of the quarter, but the defensive end was right there. As you see the numbers for Wells, he's down to 150. End of the 3rd quarter, 38-13, 38-14, Salt Lake out in front. There's your 4s up in the chat. This is SFLm on YouTube. Let's do a chat roll call. I haven't done that in a while. Justin Reside, Axel Raven, Kimbrell, and Eddie Gage, as well as Guy Clausen. I see in the chat. As Churchill catches this one off the play action on 2nd and 13, good enough for a 1st.
And that's what Memphis needs to start doing here. Get a little more deeper passes down the field. They got to. I would honestly think going in desperation mode when you're down 24 at this point. Try to get a quick score if you can. But a deep pass, it's a good start to the drive, especially on this fourth quarter now.
Solid protection, too, up front by the offensive line, giving Bruin plenty of time to look around. And they go back to Wells, and I think Salt Lake is keyed in on that, and a loss of 1.
Yeah, it looks like Salt Lake is shoring up very much their rushing defense, especially in the second half, pushing Wells back once again on this play, which could force O.J. Bruin to start throwing more often here.
Adams in the slot. Now, Adams is a tall target at 6'5". Could be a mismatch there from the slot. Bruin going deep down the field. Wide open is Adams and gets it to the 20.
I very much like that play there. Throwing it deep, letting Israel Adams catch up to that ball there. Great catch from Adams. It's once again, it was a great catch, but you have to give credit to Williams on that as well, staying with Adams and not letting him go straight to the end zone on that one there, stopping him essentially right at the red zone line. But Memphis, this is good momentum on this drive.
Formation, the tight end Ackerman is flexed out as third wide receiver. Here to get Wells up the middle, and GP Wells picks up 2 yards.
It's looking like in this drive, it's the first down. Immediately, they're going to go with a run. Second down with a little bit of a gain on that one. You could mix it up here, go with another run, but could be another pass as well.
Once again, they go Adams in the slot. Hey, this 2 receiver to the top formation. We've seen this plenty of times in all varieties of permutation from Memphis today. Bruin, post touchdown to Adams.
And that's what Memphis needs to do here. This is the first touchdown of possibly could be many for them. Israel Adams, a big part of this drive here, finishes it off with a nice touchdown catch, diving to the end zone there. And Memphis trying to get the momentum back here. And with the pending the extra point, could be down only 2-3 scores here. It could be 17.
Brooke Kimbrell has to be pleased with that drive, especially the last 2 throws by his quarterback there. And I am getting confirmation that GP Wells is brother of San Diego Mavericks tailback Jalen Wells. So nice to see the little brother of one of our young SFL stars following in his big brother's footsteps. This is return by Salt Lake, gets them set up at the 33.
I think the best way for Memphis's defense to respond from the offense doing their work is to get a 3-and-out out of this Salt Lake City offense, which has been absolutely on fire in this last quarter and a half.
104 yards and 10 carries for Bison. Sutherland will get it here, and he picks up 5.
It's a nice strength run for Sutherland again. And we've seen a lot more of Sutherland compared to the last game where he only had 2 receptions. It's great to see Terrell Sutherland getting more involved and getting these like big bully boy plays out of him. And that's what you want.
They spread out the 2 tight ends to the outside of the 2 wide receivers. Sharp and Brown both are in the slot. Utah throws over the middle, complete to Sharp. First time we called his name in a while. He's been productive, had a good first half.
And I'll give credit to Tommy Utah on that pass there. That's definitely threading the needle between 2 defenders, essentially, to get that ball to Ace Sharp, who had a great first half. It's been more Kelsey Brown in this second half, but we can't forget about Ace Sharp as well, who's already got a touchdown in this game.
Split backs. from the gun, Utah fires complete. That is Hickman, the returner. He gets out of bounds at the 33. Things are, well, going in the wrong direction if you're the River Runners defense.
Yeah, but it's the right way for Salt Lake City getting down the field as quickly as possible. It looks like they want to keep this score a big lead as quickly as they can here after allowing a touchdown.
Here is the play action. Too far out of bounds for Brown. Even if she would have caught it, she was well and truly out of bounds. 2nd and 10.
Yeah, an interesting play action procedure, I guess you could say there, with Tommy Utah basically within a breath's away from his offensive lineman when he made that throw. But unfortunately, an incomplete pass.
Utah, more standard drop back this time, fires to Brown. Gets 8 yards, set up a 3rd and 2. Well within field goal range now, even if they don't pick up the first down for Sonny J, who's already made a kick from 20 yards today. His debut game. Utah once again operates from the shotgun. Here's Utah back to throw, fires down the field, knocked away beautifully on the play by Amari Rari, the free safety, and that'll be a field goal coming up.
Tommy Utah wanting to get that 40 sandwich out of the way there, but Amari Rari was right with his receiver, stopping that pass, forcing 3 points potentially. Let's see if Sonny J can hit it.
Here is the field goal by... Yeah, it's good from 42. Now it's 41-21, back up to a 20-plus point margin. Cleared it with room to spare. Nice to see from the new kicker signed just this week. Sonny's kick. I'll go to the 10 and returned up to the 26. I feel Memphis it's got to be. Oh, never mind.
Memphis will want a repeat of their last drive there. See if they can get down the field as quickly as possible on this one. Sorry for interrupting.
No, my bad. I was going to say, Bruin looked really good on the last drive. Perhaps they'll start to rely on him more, but they'll start off with GP Wells. So you see the average for the New Jersey native, 6.5 yards a carry. Makes it 4 on that play. Wrote down the middle to the other tight end, lined up out of the backfield. First down to the 42, 5:15 counting to go. Nice play there by Memphis.
A nice catch by Sean Brule there. Yeah, like you said, the other tight end on this Memphis team there, getting to the first down, setting up closer to the end zone.
We're going to go Churchill in the slot, with Adams lined up on the outside. This will be a run to Wells, and Wells has all kinds of room, picks up about 9.5, close to 10. They're going to call them inches short.
And you can't go wrong with a GP Wells run right now, considering that he's been pretty darn good all game so far. except for maybe a few carries, getting 9 and basically 3/4 on this play alone.
Here is Wells, picks up the first down. Didn't need much, but got just what he needed. Here is Wells out of the backfield now. And here we go with the hurry up as they pick up 5, 2nd and 5.
This is what they want to do, get slowly injured away.
Here is Wells out of the backfield again. Knocked out of bounds, stops the clock with 4:31 to go in the game. Ball's on the Salt Lake 37.
And a nice, a quick set of plays on that one on the hurry up there to get further and further down the field. And now they can start with a new play set on this.
Again, they go 3 wide. Total 2 to the bottom, 1 to the top. Bruin to the sideline. Catch made. That is Adams. He picks up 4.
Let's go. 2nd and 5.
Three wide receivers to the bottom, 1 to the top. Here's Bruin, fires, knocked down beautifully. Pass intended for Ackerman, incomplete, 3rd and 6.
Nice little deflection there to possibly stop the momentum that Memphis was gaining on this drive here. They're slowly starting to inch away and start to get to that end zone there. Stopping that way there, but they have a 3rd down to stop as well. We'll see how this play formulates.
3rd and 6 from 33. Bruin. Churchill with his 2nd drop, and what a costly one in terms of timing.
Yeah, just it basically halts all momentum from Memphis, who are trying to get back into this game here, even with the clock ticking down. And that's not what you want to have, is a drop pass essentially when you're at the 1st down line and you can give OG Bruin a new set of downs, essentially. Dropping the pass forces a 4th down, either a very long field goal or a punt, but they could also go for it.
Going for it. They're lining up in the gun bunch to the top. 1 receiver to the bottom. Bruin goes to Harris. The ball. 2 straight drops, and that was unfortunate because Harris could have gotten the 1st down had he been able to hang on to the ball.
That's 2 straight potential 1st down catches that were bobbled and dropped. It's just very unfortunate for the timing of the Memphis receivers to just, I think they were looking to catch it too early, and that's what's happening with the receivers. And now Salt Lake, they can do whatever they want here. They could run down the clock, or they can run up the score, which we've seen in the last few drives.
2 tight ends the same side. Then they run Faisal straight up the middle. She picks up an easy 5 as this clock gets going. 109 yards for Brooke. Not bad considering the team averaged only 66 rushing yards per game coming in.
And it's been great games from both running backs from both sides there. GP Wells might be a little bit more quiet in the 2nd half, but still great games from both of them.
Of course, Salt Lake has a bye coming up. Both of these teams still have to play the undefeated Albuquerque Adams, who ran roughshod all over the Ottawa Cavalry today. As Beisel makes it a 3rd and 2.
And Albuquerque will definitely be looking for an undefeated season here. So the last 2 weeks for Memphis and Salt Lake, they're not going to be easy ones at all for them. So they better take this game and use it as basically training almost to get ready for Albuquerque.
3rd and 2 as we're now under 3 minutes. And here's to get the Bizel. She's wrapped up in the backfield for a loss of 1. 4th and 3 coming up.
Nice job by the Memphis defensive line there to get through on that jump there and get to Bizel as quickly as possible. And now Salt Lake will be forced to punt for the first time in a long while, it feels like, giving Memphis a chance to get more points.
Certainly feels like it. Almost blocked by Memphis that time. Good idea. Harris holds on to that one. Or he's tackled at the 23. Memphis did some good things the last drive in terms of throwing the ball. It's just unfortunately for them, they had a case of the drops. Let's see if they can right the ship and get one more score on the board or 2 to give them some positive momentum going into next week. Here's Brewer. Out of bounds to Adams. We reached the 2-minute warning. Israel Adams, 83 yards, 8 receptions. You're watching the Simulation Football Minor League on YouTube. SFLm. Second and 7. Ball in the river under 27. It's our counter's been a nickel defense. Here's the throw. And Churchill, oh man, he was so close to catching that one. But that was better coverage that time, 3rd and 7.
This is going to be a good way for Memphis to practice their 2-minute drills here. Not starting off too great with that pass not being complete on that one. But opportunity here on 3rd down.
Got to give credit to RJ Bruin. He's put the balls in the right place for his receivers to make plays. Like that time there as Churchill hangs on to that one. They go 4 wide, Churchill all by himself. Play action to Wells. Down he goes, this Bruin. I believe that was Marcus Sledge on the sack. Loss of 6. There's Bruin back to throw. Fires over the middle. Dropped by G.P. Wells. And, you know, it's just been one of those days, Brett.
It's been one of those quarters, I would say. It's 3 drops in the last 2 drives there. Just unfortunate to see from these wide receivers and from G.P. Wells on this last play here. But they still have a 3rd down here, I would think, to go deep on this one.
Yeah, they're lined up in the empty. It's just a matter of who the target is. Bruin, deep, knocked away. This time by a defender. Pass intended for Mike Churchill, his 10th target. At 5 receptions, but 3 drops, unfortunately, for him.
Nice little bit of coverage from Quincy Simmons, the other inside linebacker on the team there. Just great coverage down the field as well. And now it's another 4th and deep.
Again, they go out of the empty. They tried to go across the middle, Adams, but it's incomplete. Simmons again on the hit. And that should just about do that.
Yeah, it's great. It's a good stop on the last 2 plays from Quincy Simmons and the Salt Lake City defense. And now Tommy Utah can just take a knee from the rest of the way here, shed some clock, and go home with a victory here.
Well, looks like they had the backups in. Michael Milton is in at quarterback. Chris Foreman is the tailback. They'll go off to Sutherland, and they'll start burning up Memphis' timeouts here with 1:11.
And this will also be good practice for the backups for Salt Lake City to get a few plays in to see what they're made of in the event if anyone ever goes down. But we never wish anyone to go down in the SFL or the SFLm.
Here is the give to the backup tailback. This is Foreman. Foreman surges ahead to the 28 to set up a 3rd and 9. Clock stopped with 1:07 left to go in this game. Here is the give to Sutherland, and the big fullback picks up a first down to the 17. As the last timeout is called by Memphis.
And that's just a great last push by that offensive line to give Sutherland that space, basically going to the left side here. And Sutherland had all the time in the world to get to that first down line. And now Salt Lake City can start taking their knees and shedding the clock and ending this game here.
All's on the 17. Combo tackle on the play made by Amari Rahi and Miles Gibson. The clock will wind down now under a minute. The crowd picks up a small chant here of Rustlers. Let's go Rustlers. Cheering on the hometown team. They'll move to 5-2 of the year. Memphis will drop to 3-3. Of course, the Rustlers are on their bye. The River Runners still have some games to go, including against the formidable Albuquerque Avs.
And for Salt Lake, this will be a little bit easier of a bye week. They can relax a little bit, knowing that they're going to be 5-2 on this one here. And they won't have to worry too much about dropping in the standings if anything does happen. I think after this situation, at worst, they'll be maybe the 3 seed. But a great game from Salt Lake City all around.
Score 41-21. Salt Lake takes firm control of their own playoff destiny. We'll have to shake out the specifics by Commissioner Cameron Irvine. Look at the yardage. 509 total yards, 2 turnovers, and 2 picks by Utah, but ultimately it was just too much Rustlers for the River Runners fans.
And it's exactly what it was. And you could probably trace it back to around 5 or 6 minutes left in the second quarter, where Salt Lake's offense started to get alive, and it was just continuous. Drive after drive after drive. It seemed like they were getting big yardage plays, they were getting first downs, and they were getting deep touchdowns, and when you have deep plays for touchdowns against you, it crushes your momentum, whether you're on offense or on the defensive side. It's just very, very tough to come back to, and it's just things you have to persevere into. But unfortunately for Memphis, Salt Lake City just kept going and going until that lead was just probably insurmountable for that one. Just an overall great game from the Salt Lake City offense.
Ron Hammer woke up today, had 2 receptions, 1 for the big touchdown there. Tommy Utah, 371 yards passing, 3 touchdowns. But unfortunately for him, he threw those couple interceptions. Sonny J nailed his 2 field goals, including this long, 42. GP Wallace finished 165 rushing yards. Israel Adams, 83 yards, scoring both of Memphis' touchdowns. And the play of the game, drum roll please, is Tommy, Utah, 30 of 37, 371 yards, 3 touchdowns, and a 113 passer rating. For those of us at the SFL, I'm Colin Northrup. My partner today has been Brett Killian. Cameron Irvine is our commissioner and executive producer. Have a good rest of your evening, folks. Enjoy it along with us.